This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, hi everyone. So I am Sridhar Gajulapalli. So today we are going to see overview session especially. So because the SAP Fiori security is very recently launched by SAP, or you can say the Fiori application itself has been launched recently. Okay, and in that, what exactly is a security concept? So that is what we are going to see today. Okay, right. So let's start now. So first of all, the background of it. Why it started, how it started, etc. The Fiori concept. So this is the login page into Fiori. So how the Fiori page looks like. So this is a login page. How you see, you need to enter your user ID and password here. So you need to exist in the Fiori system. That Fiori system user ID password has to be entered here. Okay. Or if you are using S4 HANA system, so S4 HANA system itself will be the backend for your Fiori. If you are not using S4 HANA, or if you are an ECC system, there has to be a separate system which is called as a Fiori system, and these two systems will be integrated. So your ID should be existing in the Fiori system especially. So only when your ID is existing in the Fiori system, with that user ID and password, you can type it here, and then you can open the Fiori Launchpad, right? So this is one way of entering into the Fiori system, or else we have the T code which we can launch it from the backend system. That can be your backend Fiori system, or it can be an S4 system. So we will see all those things. So what exactly the Fiori mean? So the Fiori stand is nothing but flower. It has been taken from the Latin word called as flower. So because SAP is from German, started from Germany. So they have taken a word from the Latin word. So Fiori is a word, Latin word, which means flower. So here, so that's why you can see a flower symbol in every login page, in the front of in every Fiori login page. So why we have to use Fiori? So these are the advantages by introducing Fiori into the landscape. What are the advantages? Increased productivity. So how the productivity can be increased? First thing. So productivity increases when the employee is more interested to work. So generally, if you go in any organization or if you join any organization, and if the work culture is not so easy, you don't feel comfortable working there, right? Same way, most of the end users feel SAP login screen as a one of the not so user friendly screen. Imagine a normal layman or a common man entering into SAP GUI and executing the transactions. So what to type, where to enter the details, all these fields or these data will be very clumsy actually for end user point of view, right? So that is one thing. So SAP screen is not user friendly so far. That's why SAP has been trying from the very beginning to launch many tools. In that process only, they have launched the Java version like Enterprise Portal. You might have heard Enterprise Portal. Most of the organizations are using it now. And then they have launched something called ABAP WebDyn Pro. So when you are using like a CRM application or GRC application, you can heard of or you have seen about ABAP WebDyn Pro applications using like NWBC. So they are trying to make the screen more user friendly. So that is only for application wise point of view. NWBC is only for specific systems, but when you come to enterprise portal, it is for entire enterprise. It can be implemented. Now this Fiori is like apps and tiles. So we'll see the screen. apps and tiles will be there. So just like how you operate your smartphone or a tab or your desktop or a laptop. So you can access these apps from any of your multiple devices. So that is how the productivity can be increased. So means the user can be easily access any application with the help of, he feels comfortable in accessing any application. So that's how we increase the productivity. So timely notifications. So notifications means, what do you mean by notification? So just like when you consider about your smartphone, whenever you get a WhatsApp message, you get a notification on your screen, like you have got a message from so and so person, or there are so many unread messages, or when you get a Gmail, a mail is a pop-up comes in your smartphone indicating that a mail has come from so and so person. So these are called as a notifications. Okay, so such notifications also can be introduced through Fiori apps. So whenever there is a mail, you can see a pop-up on your tile saying that a new mail has come, or you can show the count of the mails, 100 mails, or the request waiting for your approvals. All those number can be populated on the tile or on the app. So that is called as a timely notifications. Allows user to take quick and informed actions, because you can see those all things readily in the front end screen. So user can take quick actions and increase user satisfaction. Because of all these things, his satisfaction is increased, user satisfaction is increased. So that's how the major part of Fiori comes into picture. So now coming to the history, as I told you, SAP has been trying since from the very beginning to make it the screen, or to make SAP as more user friendly. So these are the attempts done by SAP. So now we have been seeing SAP GUI. So you must be all aware, everyone must be aware of this SAP GUI, how the GUI login pad looks like, how do you log in with user ID and password. Then there was something called as ITS, Internet Transaction Server. So in the Internet Transaction Server, it was not a successful tool, it was a failure. Then the Enterprise Portal was launched. NetWeaver has been launched. ABAP WebDrive Pro, as I told you, NWBC. Then comes up UI5 language and user interface, like UX language. So now you might be seeing outside, UI5 is much in demand. So everybody, like ABAP is a very old language. When SAP has started, ABAP has started. But now today, more people are wanting SAP UI5 or UX, you can say. So these are the things which are based on this only, UI5 only, the language. The personas or Fiori has been launched. So the personas are also, which SAP personas also, like it looks like more user-friendly screen. It is again a more graphical version of SAP screen can be built in SAP personas. So SAP Fiori is what we are going to see. We'll show you the screen and all those things. And then recently they have launched one more tool which is called as SAP Leonardo. So Leonardo is also one of the front-end application. It is still in the ramp-up phase. They have released for some clients and still not released completely. So you can hear this word in future also. SAP Leonardo is coming up as one of the front-end application and as a tool, right? So this is the history of SAP Fiori now. So how the SAP Fiori is becoming the now more buzzword in the industry. The reason is SAP has already announced S4 HANA system is mandatory for every client to be implementing it by 2025. So by 2025, every client, whoever is on ECC today, he has to shift to S4 HANA system. In S4 HANA, they have Fiori, they have introduced Fiori as a front end. So that's the reason most of the clients are today interested in implementing the SAP Fiori. They are not exactly interested in the S4 HANA, but they wanted to look how the look and feel of the system would be. So we have to make the users comfortable using it. rather than drastically changing, suddenly changing from ECC to S4 HANA. What the clients are doing now, they are implementing a separate system called Fiori system, and they are integrating it with ECC, and that's how the Fiori apps and tiles are being built. So that will be a slow modification or a slow change that is happening in the organizations, and users can accommodate with that change, right? So if you have questions, you can ask me in middle, no problem. You can stop me in the middle and you can put me the questions. So let us see. So any questions meanwhile so far? Okay, that's fine. So let us see now the architecture part. So in the architecture, you can clearly see there are two items here, which is referred as front-end server and the back-end server. Okay. If it is a S4 HANA system, both back-end server and front-end server will be on the same system. It is same system, that is S4 HANA system. But when it comes to ECC, so maybe ECC can become your backend system here, where your actual role, PFCG role, which gives access to all your T codes and etc., will be present. And the front end server, as I told you, a separate system has to be installed. A separate system, which is called as a Fiori system, will act as a front end server. So in this front end server also, we have the role concept you can see here. So there are two roles, one role in the backend system and one role in the front end, that is Fiori application. So this is the Fiori system role. So this role concept, the PFCG role backend, is nothing but all of you know, which we create. A role is like a T code, a combination of T codes and authorization objects. So most of you are aware of it already, those who are from security background. This is a normal role, PFCG role we are talking about. But when it comes to PFCG role in the front end server, it is not exactly the role which we create in PFCG, like with the T codes and authorization objects. It is a little bit different. So we don't add generally T codes in it. So we add few T codes, like the Launchpad T codes and admin T codes, but most of the roles will be containing these things, like which we call as a catalog and a group. Okay, so the PFCG role which we are creating within the Fiori system will contain something as a catalog and group, and that catalog and group are responsible for showing up you a tile, or we can call it as a Fiori app as well. So Fiori app or tile are one and the same. So the catalog and group are responsible for showing up of your tiles and apps in your front-end Launchpad. So now how does that works? Like how this catalog looks like, how this group looks like, how to add them in the role, PFCG role. So when we go to PFCG, we all know how to add a T code, but how to add a catalog, how to add a group, which are responsible for showing up the Fiori apps. So that is what we are going to see in this session. So this is the main focus. I'm not focusing on the backend roles, which is a group of T codes and authorization objects. Our primary focus will be on the PFCG role, which we are building in the front end server, that is Fiori system, with the catalog and groups. Right. So let us move ahead now. So here the diagram, if you see, the yellow color all indicates the authorizations, and here the gray color is OData. So OData is nothing like the interface to communicate data between the backend system and the front end system, and UI is called as a user interface. So the architecture, whatever we have seen the overview of it, SAP Fiori apps built with what code? Okay, so it is not ABAP code. It is something called UI5 technology, UI5. So UI5 is nothing but it is a combination of HTML and Java code. So we have a separate Fiori consultants who can do that. So those who have a knowledge of UI5 language, that is HTML as well as Java and little bit of ABAP WebDyn Pro, so they can create apps in UI5 technology. So here now SAP is also trying to build or make it compatible with iOS as well. So your iPhone connectivity. So UI5 technology will work in your normal phone, mobile phone like Androids and all those stuff. But they are also building separate code for your iOS, which is like iPhone related or Apple related networks and devices. So you can see the support of smartphones, tablets, and desktops can be with a single code only. So the same code can be used to open the app from different applications. So different applications, when I say, you can open the same app from a smartphone, a tablet, or a desktop, or a laptop. The code is same. You did not create different codes. The code is same, but you have to make it compatible with the multiple devices. So this is all the duty of the Fiori consultants. So Fiori apps are launched and run in the Fiori Launchpad. The business data is retrieved at runtime via OData services. So when you click on an app, whatever the data you see in the app, that could be a report. When you click on an app, you can see a report. For example, all of you might be using your smartphones. In your smartphones, you have a banking applications, right? When you log in into your net banking, when you click on a statement, so you get the transactions done in a period of time, that is 1 month or 3 months or 6 months or 1 year. You will be able to retrieve the data from where is that data coming from? So that data is coming from the backend system where actually the data is lying. So that can be your ECC, that can be your BW, or that can be any other system. So in the very recent case, it is S4 HANA system. S4 HANA system itself is a database where all the data will be lying. So that data will be pulled and shown to you in the app itself, in front end itself. So that is not actually storing data in the app. So when you are clicking on statement in the net banking application, it is going back to the database, fetching the data from the database, and then it is showing to you. It doesn't mean the data is not stored in your mobile phone or in the app. So it is contacting the database where exactly the data is lying. From there, it is bringing back the data and showing to you. So that is called as retrieving the data at runtime. So this is possible through OData services. Okay, this is possible through OData services. So OData services will help you to bring the runtime data. Runtime data means online data. Whenever an app is running up. So the same thing again here, not tied to a device, user, or a session. So not tied to a device means you can open the same app from the desktop, your tab, and a smartphone. User. So what do you mean by user? I can log in into desktop, for example. I open an app, I do half work there, means there are 10 fields to be filled in the app, suppose. I fill 5 fields, then that will be saved as a draft. And again, now I log in, I close that application there. I log in from my smartphone. You can still see that 5 fields filled up. So it is not tied to your session. So your data, whatever you have half filled or not filled, it can be still saved and can be shown. So that is what you're telling. Start now, save incomplete, and continue later from a different device also. Keep working. Data is saved automatically and asynchronously. Start on one device, continue on other device. Start now, let someone else continue later. So like this. So this is the look and feel of the page actually, how the Fiori looks like. The page when you hit the Launchpad T code. So we have a Launchpad T code /UI2/FLP. So when I hit that particular T code, this is the page what you see. So this white box is called as an app, and you can see here a heading called as US profit margin, and you can see a number here 88. So the profit margins are up to 88. So whatever the number may be, and you can see in the form of a bar diagrams on the app itself, you can see the overview of the data. Cumulative expenses 1762. So these numbers indicates like a notifications. So in the app itself, you are able to see the data, how many requests are pending, how much is the transaction pending, and all those stuff. So this is built in UI5 technology. Okay, so this is all basically theory part. SAP Fiori architecture, Fiori Launchpad, key features and capabilities, etc. So nothing special about it. So let us focus on the role creation part. So this is the authorization concept in Fiori. User will be assigned with a role, PFCG role, and that role contains a group and a catalog, which is responsible for a tile shown up to you. Okay. So you can see here, the orange color indicates the transaction PFCG. We as a security consultants, we are responsible for this. Creating user, creating a role. And then Launchpad designer is responsible for creating a group, creating a catalog, creating the tile, and then target mapping, etc., etc., everything. So you have to clearly understand here, the creation of group and catalog is not a duty of a security consultant. It is actually the duty of a Launchpad designer, that is a Fiori consultant. So they can create that. They can create a group and catalog. So once they give us the group and catalog, we can add them in the role. So how can we add them in a role? So let us see now. Okay, first let us understand the definitions of catalog first, and then I will show you how to add a catalog in a role, and then how to add a group in a role. So here is a catalog. You can say the definition of a catalog says the set of apps you want to make available for one role. So you can say a group of apps, just a group of apps, nothing but nothing more than that. A catalog is a set of apps. A user can browse through the catalog, choose apps from the catalog, and add them to the entry page of the Fiori Launchpad. So a catalog is a group of apps. Just keep that in mind. Two types, you can say technical and business catalogs. Technical is related to us, the technical people, like the who perform the technical activities in system, and business catalogs are actually the business end user catalogs. So this is how we add a catalog into a Fiori role. So you have to follow just this one, PFCG role, go to menu, under Fiori transaction menu, you can select Fiori tile catalog. So let me show you this now, how to add a catalog into a PFCG role. So this is system, a S4 system. I have a S4 system here. This was S4 HANA system. So this is a look and feel of an S4 HANA system. It looks a little bit different from your normal regular SAP system. So one of the main differences is the front end part, like how you see, for example, if I go to SU01, you can see the top, there are, earlier in our ECC, we can find the icons, but here you have a descriptions, the tabs with the descriptions directly. So this is one difference you can find. When you go even inside in PFCG also, you can find the similar format. Okay. So these are the small changes that has happened in our S4 HANA system. Otherwise, the look and feel of the data is same. So when I click on display, so these tabs are same. Some the layout has been changed. Okay, so that you can that is manageable actually, not much difference. Right. So let us go to PFCG now. So I'm creating a test role. So it is normal role creation, creating a single. Moving on to menu. So in menu, this is where you add the transactions. Now to add the catalog, you need to drop down this, and in this drop down, sorry, you need to change this transaction So click on this icon here. You can see different type of things can be added here. Transaction report. So look for SAP Fiori tile catalog and SAP Fiori tile group. So let us see the catalog first. And now you can search the catalogs here. What all catalogs are available? So these are some of the list of catalogs here. So you can find some business wise and module wise, business process wise. This is related to accounts receivable finance. So SAP FIN. So generally we have a word called BC here. So BC stands for business catalog. So you can search by a word SAP star BC. So all of them has the word BC here, which stands for business catalog. And these are the ready-made catalogs delivered by SAP. So most of the clients today are using them. If they want any modifications inside it, for example, this one, accounts payable current settings. So the respective Fiori developer has to modify the content of it, and then they have to give a custom name starting with Z, something like that, and that name has to be given to us. If they are creating a catalog, separate custom catalog, then we can see that in the list here. Okay, let us see if I have any custom ones. So just I'm giving a try to search for Z. So this is one of the Z. I think they have copied from the existing catalog only. Okay. Otherwise, there are lot of catalogs, standard catalogs. So you need to know what catalog you are going to create or what type of role you are going to create. So first, let us take an example now. Say, for example, I want to let us take a sales order related or a purchase order related. You need to go to the Fiori library. So this is available to everyone. Fiori apps library. In the Fiori apps library, you can go and search for a purchase order related apps information, like what is a catalog for it, what is a group for it, and all those stuff. So it's loading. Yeah. So this is like a open to everyone. So you can see the categories here, like all apps for S4 HANA, SAP apps for SAP S4 HANA, SAP apps for SAP Business Suite, Fiori Lighthouse apps, available on cloud, Fiori Cloud. Okay. So here, when I go to all apps, so for example, I'm going to all apps now. Yes. Anyone has any questions? Okay, I request all of you to be on mute if you don't have a question.
Hi Sudhakar, this is Kishore.
Yeah, Kishore.
Yeah, I mean, I just have a doubt. Like, we have logged into S4 HANA backend system, right?
Yes, I have shown you, right? I just logged with my GUI login and password.
Yeah, okay.
This is
I just
normal
had a doubt,
system,
like,
right?
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So in the Fiori library, you can go to all apps, and then within all apps, you can search something like this. So you have a search icon here. So in the search icon, you can search something related to purchase order or sales order. Yeah. So you can see these are the apps available related to purchase orders. So I have one purchase order here. So let me select that. So when I select it, on the right hand side, you can see the all information about it. So this is purchase order for purchaser. It is available for required backend system product should be S4 HANA. So it is not available in your ECC or something like that. Your backend system should be S4 HANA. So it is not like whatever SAP apps are there, there is something called compatibility thing. So you cannot use all apps because your hardware should support it. So this is where the Fiori library will help you. So here you can see what is the requirement for all of things. What should be your application type? It is a fact sheet. So we'll see about the different types of apps are there. Required backend system is S4 HANA. Database should be a HANA database exclusive. So there are some apps will work only on the HANA database. Some apps will work on normal databases also. Okay, what all devices can be supported? Desktop, phone, and tablet. And then here this is an ID, app ID. So F0348 is an app ID, and these are the product features, and then implementation information. So you can see stepwise here what are the important notes related to it: installation, So what should be your hardware related, whether it supports your hardware or not. Backend component, what should be your backend component details. So this is S/4HANA on-premise 15.11, and then your software version should be core. So these are all the information you can see here. So UI5 application. The most important information for us here is this information. What is the business catalog name for this app? This is the business catalog, and the role name is this, SAP BR Purchaser. So let us try to search this role, whether this role is available or not. I'm copying this role here. So for every app, there will be the business catalog, the business role, and the group information will be available to you from this Fiori app library. So let us go to our system and search this role is available or not. Yeah, we have the role. So this role contains business catalogs for the business process to be executed by the purchaser. So let us see the menu. Now you have something in the role menu. Double click on item, you can see what is it. So you have a drop down, or you can double click on that item. On the right hand side, you can see the information of it, SAP Fiori tile catalog. And there are multiple things, multiple catalogs here. So these are all catalogs. They will be responsible for bringing up particular tiles. Now the below here, you can see there are group information. This is a group information. So there should be both. A catalog should be there as well as a group should be there. To see a tile in your Launchpad, user should have access to both of them. The catalog related to the tile as well as group related to the tile. Both of them should be assigned to the user. Okay. If any one of them is not assigned, user cannot access the app. He cannot see the app when the catalog is not there. For example, two things you can see. So suppose if catalog is missing, he cannot see the app at all. But if group is missing, catalog is there, he can see the app in the Fiori Launchpad, but he cannot open the app. It will throw an error if the group is missing. So to make the tile visible, he should have both the respective group as well as the respective catalog should be there. So like this, you can search all the data information related to it from this Fiori app library. So let me go to a normal one. Yeah, now you can see this one. So this app display confirmed purchase orders. You can see here database is any database. It can work on any database. HANA is not mandatory here for this app. Okay, everyone. So got some idea? So let us see. I think let me try to assign some roles. So the screen is a little bit different. You don't have a back option here. You need to click on exit to go to the backend screen.
Hi Sridhar, here I have a question. When we have the
Yeah.
catalog and group, then what is the significance of the business role here? Means when we are giving the catalog and group, the tile going to work. So what does that the
Correct.
business role do exactly?
No, the business role itself is the group of here. It has both, right? What I have shown you. So it is not the business role of GRC. Don't misunderstand as a GRC business role.
Okay.
So here business role means the role that is used by the business.
No, actually I'm referring to the role which was mentioned in the Fiori apps library.
Yeah, this is the role, right? I copied from the Fiori app, this one.
Yes.
It contains a catalog here. You can see this is a tile catalog. Okay. At the bottom, you can see groups are also added.
Okay.
So it is a combination of both. This role should have both a group as well as a catalog. These both are responsible for the tile visibility only.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is only front end application part. And then user should also have the backend data role.
Okay.
As I told you, an example like a banking application. To see the banking app in your smartphone, this role is helpful to you. Role and within the role catalog and group will be helpful to you see the app. But when you click on the statement, the data is fetching from the backend, right? So that data you should have a backend role in ECC, or if it is S4 HANA system, in the same system you should have two types of roles. One is the Fiori role, and then the second one is the business data role. So within your roles, you will be assigned with two roles if it is S4 HANA system. One role is responsible for the Fiori app, and the second role is responsible for the data to be shown to you.
Okay.
If they have a different system, if they have a different system, like I told you, if you are using ECC, the user should have the backend role, and in Fiori, this role should be assigned to two different systems.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Hi Siddharth, this is Sahu here. I have a question. As you said that in ECC there will be like two systems, so that is called central hub, right? If there are two systems.
Yes, the hub concept we call it.
So
yes.
You're saying in S4 HANA there is no hub concept, there is only embedded.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because they are all in same system. So suppose if I go to system and status here, so I go to the SAP system data. So if you see the products installed here, you have the Fiori as well, right? And then the S4 HANA is there. Both are on the same system. ABAP platform is there, Fiori is there, and S4 HANA is there. So all are on the same system. So then you don't have to know, all the roles should be assigned in the same application within the same thing. You need to assign.
So this can be, this can be called as an embedded system, right? Embedded landscape.
Right, exactly. Embedded. So the Fiori is embedded here itself.
Okay. So if you want to connect other systems also, then we need to build SAP Fiori as a separate system, and we need to connect like backend S4HANA, backend SRM, backend CRM, like that. Is it right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So if you don't have S4
HANA, as a central hub.
Pardon?
Means if we are adding backend systems like 3 or 4, then that concept will be central hub system.
Yeah, hub concept we call it.
Hub concept. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Hi Sridhar, then in Fiori library, which app has to be selected? Is to be selected as 1809 FS2 or FS1? How will we differentiate?
Basically, you need to download all the apps information, and then you have to do some analysis on it, which are the responsible apps for it and all those things. So basically in the initial wise, right, first of all, based on your landscape, what is your version, ECC version? Suppose you are using ECC, So you have to check which are applicable for ECC. So I told you some apps will work only on HANA, S4 HANA system, or the database should be HANA, something like that. So that compatibility has to be checked. So though there are thousands of apps here, all the apps may not be useful to you. So first of all, they have to be compatible with your hardware. So you download all the apps from here, okay, this information data, and then that you have to filter based on your hardware. Like for example, what is any database category? So when you filter any database, the apps may come down from 1000 to 500. Only 500 apps are applicable to any database. 500 apps are applicable to HANA database. So if you are not using HANA database, there is no use of implementing it, or you cannot implement that, something like that.
Okay, but
Sridhar, I
we have that delivery like 1809 FS02, but in system status it is shows as 1809 support package 02. So in that to which one we have to select?
So you can see this information here also. See here, the front end component, the gateway 2.0 support pack 9, NetWeaver system 7.4 with support pack 8. So these are the, and the backend component should be any one of this. So EHP1 with SCM, EHP2, EHP3. So anything can work on. So you will get all the information here. That particular number and above can be used or compatible with your app. So you have two things here, what you have to understand. So for installation, if you go under installation, what should be your front end component? That is your Fiori component, and this is your backend component, ECC related stuff. This should be your ECC release and support pack numbers, and the above is the front end version, Fiori system.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So
Sridhar, sorry. So in S4 HANA, we cannot have a separate Fiori system, or we can also implement like that.
not needed, because we already have embedded in it. S4 HANA is like a very advanced system. Generally, why we go for a different system?
Because because if we have like ECC, SRM, and all these, then the separate system will be good to connect to all the systems, right? One Fiori system for everything. That's, yeah.
So S4 HANA is like a package, everything is in one system now.
Okay, so that's why it is not needed. But my question is that we can also make our Fiori system in hub system as well, right?
Yeah,
Like a
if
hub.
you want to keep it smart, yes, you can make it. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Hello, Sridhar, this is Surya here. I just had a question on OData service. So actually, where does this OData service actually resides in? Is it in a gateway system or in the backend system?
It's in the backend system. Sorry, in the front end system only.
Okay.
So it is actually OData service is used to fetch the data from the backend, right?
Okay.
It resides in the front end system, and that is responsible for fetching the data from the backend.
Okay.
Sridhar, I have one question here.
Yeah.
As you told that we have to check for the compatibility before using the standard application provided by SAP. So can we get it created customized based on our system or the compatibility from the Fiori developer? The similar app, can we get it customized?
Yeah. So basically what we do is, generally when it is not compatible, you can copy it and you can make it customized one. That is what most of the clients are doing now. If it is not compatible, or if sometimes generally we go for customization, not for this, but where the app is not available. The SAP has not introduced any app for a particular application. So that is then they go for that particular customization. But the compatible device, we cannot change it. Even if you are modifying it, you cannot make it compatible. Suppose when they say it works on only HANA database, whatever the customization you bring in it, without HANA database, that app will not work.
Okay, that means we cannot create a new customized application also based on our system.
Yes, completely. We can build a new app, completely custom app also can be built, provided the Fiori developer should be there in your organization who is capable enough with the technical skills like UI5, as I told you, HTML and Java coding. If he is aware of that, he can build an app from the scratch, completely new app, not related to SAP at all.
Okay, which is compatible to this system.
Pardon?
Which is compatible to the existing system.
Yeah. So because they write all the things within the same available system, right?
Okay.
So that is obviously will be compatible with it, with the available system.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Sridhar, when you said that in order to use an app, user should have both catalog and group. Suppose
Correct.
user is having only catalog, then obviously the application will not be shown, but user can search in the search box and use that, right?
No, basically if a catalog is there, user can see the app. Okay. But when he clicks on the app, he will face an error if group is not there.
But I was thinking like in the launchpad, whatever tiles, whatever applications are loaded, that are loaded as per the group. But if the group is not assigned, the tile will not be shown in the front in the launchpad. If the catalog is assigned, user can search on the application search bar. From there, he can see the app because catalog is assigned. Then he can use that. It is my notion. So will it work or no?
No. Not a catalog is like it is like available to him. He can see that app.
Okay.
But it doesn't work. It doesn't work with a group concept, without a group.
Yeah. Okay.
What Saho said is correct, Sridhar. If we assign a catalog, we can able to search that app in search bar. I mean, in our search option, but not in our end user screen. If we assign group, then it will be visible to us.
No.
So if a catalog is assigned, he will get an access to see the app through search option, not in the end user, means our end user, like on the page. I mean to say user interface we cannot see, but in search bar you can able to see.
No, I think you can go and check it once again. You can try it once again. So without the group, the app will not work, but it will be visible to you. It will not work. But without the catalog, you cannot see the app at all. So the basic difference is that. So catalog is for visibility and group is for working of the app. If both are there, and if you are not, if the backend role is not there, then the data cannot be fetched in the app.
Yes, means restrictions will not work. Restrictions.
Pardon?
Means you are saying about the restrictions. What you are saying, like if VA01 sales order is there, the restrictions cannot be achieved, right? You are saying that is the thing, right?
In the backend, through if the backend role is not.
Yeah. Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay, so let me go back to my system. So let us try to create this. I'll just activate this role. Okay, just I'm trying to add the services here. Okay, and now this role we will assign it to one ID, and we will see how that works. Okay, and one more thing is the user should have the Launchpad access T code. So that role also has to be assigned. So I'll show you the role which is to be. What is the role name? Yeah. Now the role related to Launchpad. So the T code related to Launchpad is /UI2/FLP. So we are trying to search a role for it. If there is any existing role, so the transaction /UI2/FLP. Okay, so these are the roles we have. These are the standard two roles, delivered role, top roles. SAP underscore UI2 user, UI2 user 700. So it is one role. One is composite and one is single role. I think a custom role is created. Just I'm trying to generate the roles. They are not generated. Right. So let us try to log in with this user ID. /n/UI2. So a web browser gets opened up. Oh, JavaScript must be activated. So these people, actually, this is a problem.
Sridhar, you can use Google Chrome if you know that.
They disabled it actually. So or else you can also open through a web link actually. So this web link contains HTTPS, your server name, colon, port number, followed by SAP/BC/UI2/FLP. So this is what you can enter. What is a server name? Is it incorrect?
Copy the link from IE.
Just let me try from this link.
It's HTTP.
You can go to advanced and okay.
Advanced.
No, I think. No, it has to be selected from
Can
the higher
you can
admin
check
side.
it in text box and
Repeat the
click on it
S4HANA.
once.
No,
No, no.
here in the internet options, it is disabled actually. So we cannot do that now. Admin rights has to be needed for that.
Just
Okay.
go with the S4HANA unsafe.
Pardon?
You just try in the Google Chrome, go with the unsafe version, it will go.
No, we can set that Java settings actually, but it is a grayed out there. Okay, fine then. That is a missing part. So all of you got idea basically. So enable fortunately I cannot show you the system. So otherwise we could have seen the launching of Launchpad and the tiles are the apps that are visible under that particular role. When you create an ID and when you are assigning the particular role to that particular user, so whatever the tiles are there under that particular thing, we can see it in the Launchpad for him. So this is the path for how to add a catalog into a Fiori role. So this is a group concept. So the actually difference between the catalog and a group is like group is like based on the jobs, roles and responsibilities, they can group them into one category. Whereas catalog is like the designer's view. When they are creating a catalog, they can group some apps into one particular thing and they can do it. So there is still a very vague difference between the two, catalog and the group concept. So adding the group also the same format in PFCG, we can search by SAP tile file group. So the one which I have shown you already. So when you go to PFCG, you can see the both of them. So the only thing you need to know is app wise, what is the catalog and what is the group related to it. So that two informations you need to have with you ready. So if you have those two with you, so Fiori tile catalog, if you want to add a tile catalog, you can select this and then you can search. And if you want to add a group, you can select on group and then you can search here. So request all of you on mute. Okay, so these are the groups here. So on the right hand side, you can see the information related to it. Is it a group or a catalog, whatever you have added? So these two things you need to take care of it. This is one thing. And second thing is the OData services. OData services also has to be.
Sridhar, this is Kishore. I have a doubt on that. Well, while you're trying to search a catalog ID, you had two options like local and remote. Can you please explain me about that?
Local is nothing, but it will be always local only generally.
Okay.
So remote is like when you
remote?
are building the apps in some other different system. So generally we don't build apps in different system. So we build the apps within the Fiori system only. So we don't use that option at all. So generally it is always the local option only.
I mean, if you have a front-end gateway system in another server.
But why do you create apps here? Generally, we don't create apps in that system particularly.
Okay.
If you have some other system, from there you want to import them or you want to see the information from other system, then you can have it. Generally, we will not have two front-end systems. We will have only one generally, in general cases.
Okay,
So that's the reason
thank
we
you.
always only use local only.
Sridhar, in while adding the catalog, there is one checkbox, include objects. What is that?
Which one you are talking about?
When you try to add a catalog.
Catalog.
Yeah, include objects. Include what is it saying? The applications. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the significance of that?
So some applications we can embed in it. So when the designer is coding the Fiori app designing thing, so they can embed some applications within it. Like I told you, some graphical version has to be displayed on it, something like that. So that applications also you can bring in. So this is not related to our part, or the standard apps do not contain this. When you are customizing it, when the custom app is being built and they are embedding any applications into that particular app, so that applications he is talking about here. Otherwise these standard catalogs will not have such information here.
Okay, so does this mean that for security, when we add a catalog, it is recommended that this checkbox should be always tick mark?
Yeah, it is always by default, yes.
Okay.
Because why we are embedding the application in it, to show that in the particular app. That's why we are embedding an application in it.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
So this is an OData service actually. OData stands for Open Data Protocol. It is a in a simple words, I can say it is nothing but it is helpful in fetching the data from your backend system. So for a particular group of apps, we can have one OData service. So generally it is not recommendable to have one OData service for all the apps in your system. For example, why we should not have same OData service for all the apps in your system? The reason is, suppose I have a finance app. Through finance application, I should not pull the data of sales. So this OData service is responsible to restrict the data, which type of data or what data you are pulling from the backend. So OData service will restrict what data you are going to pull. Is it only the finance data or is it sales data? So in this way, it is pulled. So this OData service acts like a filter, which data has to be pulled from the backend system. So that is where the OData services will be playing a crucial role in filtering the data. Only particular data has to be fetched when this particular app is clicked or when you are running any query from that particular app. So that is the main application of the OData service. So OData services also can be added from your this thing. You have to select something called as authorization default actually. So in your authorization default, you can just go by these options. So you have to select this Gboard G4BA. Let me show you. You need to go to authorization default. So select here as a TADIR service. So select TADIR. And the object type, you can select it here as a OData services. SAP Gateway OData Black Services. And you can search the categories. So the OData services have to be built. So then you can find it in the list here. So for a particular app, what is the related OData service? That service also should be, or that particular OData service should be added into the rules. So generally for a particular group of apps, we keep one OData service. Like for all MM related apps, we keep one data service. For all finance related apps, we keep one data service. Generally that will be the build. So we don't create a separate OData service for each app. For a particular group of apps, one OData service can be created. So that the user having that particular access to that apps, the particular OData service access also should be given to him. Okay.
Sridhar, are these created by Fiori developer, the OData services?
Yes. So the
Okay,
catalogs,
so
OData services, everything is created by them.
And also the corresponding this OData service should also be what OData service should be added for a particular catalog or particular group should also be given by them.
Yes, exactly. So like an Excel sheet, you have to maintain what is the tile, what is the responsible catalog for it, what is the responsible group for it, and what is the OData service related to that. So these three should be available to the user to execute the app successfully.
Okay, Sridhar.
So these are the some key authorization objects in your backend system. Okay, so every user who is using SAP Fiori should have access to following objects in the backend system. So I told you the user has to exist in the backend and the data will be fetched from it. So the RFC related authorization should be assigned to the backend user in that. So these are the some key authorization objects. S underscore RFC, ACL, and S underscore RFC. Now coming to the apps. So we have three types of apps Fiori has: transactional apps, fact sheets, and analytical apps. So transactional apps is nothing but a simple transaction, creating a sales order, approving a purchase order. So you're doing a transaction. So that is called as a transactional app. So generally transactional apps can work on any data. Pardon? Who is that? Hello. So I'm not able to hear your question. Okay. So transaction app is nothing but a simple transaction. Like I gave you examples like creating sales order, purchase order, applying leave, anything from HR point of view. A simple transaction you're doing. So fact sheets is nothing but a report. So fact sheet is like a drill down, not just the simple transaction. So you go step by step and you are pulling a data out, like a report you are pulling. You will enter some details. You can drill down from one screen to other screen, and then you are pulling a report. So such thing is called as a fact sheet. Analytical apps is also similar sort of thing, just like a fact sheets report sort of thing. So the first transactional apps can work on any database, but whereas if you come to fact sheets and analytical apps, they generally work on the HANA database. So that is the reason most of the clients who are implementing today Fiori application, they are first migrating to HANA database. So when they migrate to HANA database, they can make use of most of the apps available in Fiori library. As I told you, most of the apps are available in HANA database. So they can use the old apps as well as the new apps. Both can be applicable. But if they are not on HANA database, they can use only the old apps which are applicable to any database. So the fact sheets and analytical generally are related to, or they work on HANA database only. So that is what given here. Transactional apps can keep running on any database, and fact sheets and analytical applications require a HANA database to run. So these are the detailed definitions of it. What is a transactional app, a fact sheet, analytical apps. So Fiori tiles, you can drill down to further details, whereas analytical apps are role-based real-time information, integrate the power of HANA with Business Suite, real-time information from large volume of data in front-end web server. So it is also similar to a fact sheet report format. Right. So this is a the hub model, what we told. So you have my ECC, BW, finance, HR system. Okay. And then on top of it, we have a Fiori system, which is a like somebody call it as a gateway, somebody call it as a front end, different names to it, or we can call it as Fiori system. So the Fiori role in the Fiori system is responsible for the tile visibility, whereas the backend roles like single composite derived roles in your ECC, BW, whatever are there, they are responsible for showing you the data in that app whenever that particular app is built. Okay, so this is a hub model which we discussed earlier. So on top of it, we have a separate system, whereas in Fiori, so this is a HANA S4 HANA system where everything is inbuilt. So gateway is there, Fiori is there within the same. So the user will have two types of roles. One is Fiori role and one is the PFCG role, which has T codes and authorization data. And Fiori role is responsible for the tiles. So these are in the same system here if it is a S4 HANA system. But if it is a hub model, this is the difference. You can find it. So a separate system.
Is there any is there any possibility, since we are using one system, having Fiori and everything over there, so can we have only one PFCG role having all the tiles and all the T codes and rest of the data as well?
Yeah, you can have it, but you cannot give it to all users, right? You might have selected users who should have the app access, tiles access. So if you put it in the same role, then every user will get the tile access. So if you want to differentiate, only few users want the app access, you can differentiate. You can have two roles like that.
Okay, so I mean, as per the standard practice, we need to segregate the Fiori tile roles and the PFCG roles having T codes and rest of them.
Yeah, exactly. So you need to segregate that. It will be clear actually.
Okay, thank you.
So this is a Fiori page, for example. In Fiori page, you can see a tile. Okay, sales order, for example, sales order creation tile. When you click on the tile, a page gets opened up within your Fiori page to enter the details: sales order number, sales order category. So this data, whatever you are entering, that data is nothing but incompatible with your backend transactional T code, VA01, sales order creation. So when you hit VA01, what all details you see in your ECC, the same details you see in a more user-friendly format in the Fiori system. So it just looks like a website look and feel format. Okay, this is an example for that. Like a technical app, how you can make a technical build, you can build a technical app. In user administration, so this is an app called, this is like an app you are building for a SU01. We can keep the app heading as user administration. When I click on the app, I can see a screen here to enter the details like first name, last name, password, roles, etc. Okay. So the roles field, which you see in the Fiori screen, is mapped to your backend tables. So when I click on search here, the system will fetch the data from my backend and I can see the roles information here in the Fiori screen. So even the current process is also same. So when you are searching for a role, it is also hitting the tables within the same system. In Fiori system also, it has to fetch the data from the backend data. So the look and feel of the page will be different. So we are not necessary. Generally, when we say Fiori as a front end, it is not for us. The main purpose of launching of Fiori would be only for the users, end users point of view, and like make it more user friendly for them and more usage point of view. So you can see which is more mostly use a transaction from the business side, and that particular transaction you can convert into an app, and that can be delivered to the users. So generally we are comfortable with using the normal transactions like SU01 PFCG. So we don't generally create them or turn them into apps. For use the SU01 and PFCG, we start continuing using that. We don't use the other apps for it, only for the functional transactions, and that too which are mostly used and highly used when you take the statistics out of it, when you put the audit and check it, like how many apps, how many functional T codes they are using it, and how many hours on basis time. So based on that only we can build. So it is not recommendable to build a Fiori app for each and everything. There is no use of it. So you can search the T codes from your screen, the backend screen. So all the transactions will start with UI2. So this is the Launchpad T code UI2/FLP. And then we have designer, Launchpad designer. So LP UI2 underscore customizing of UI. So you can see this one, FLPD cust Fiori Launchpad designer. So these are the two Launchpad designer T codes, FLPD underscore CONF, FLPD underscore CUST. So these are the few T codes can be used. So you can search that from the system itself. So when you go to SE93 and you can search all the T codes, or you can go to a table actually, TSTCT, and then you can search all the transactions starting with UI2. So you get all these transactions from your system. That should be a Fiori system if it is a hub model. or it should be a S4 HANA system to fetch all the transactions like this. Okay.
Sridhar, Chandra here. I have one question. As a security consultant, what exactly will execute Fiori transaction code, and what will do in Fiori front end?
So front end, we don't do anything. So just for testing purposes, we can have the Launchpad T code access to check for testing when this T code or role is assigned to a user, whether it is available to user or not, or visible to user or not. For testing purposes, we use only FLP, Launchpad T code access. That is one thing. And the major T code is PFCG for building of the roles, and that's it. As I told you, the creating with the groups and apps and all those stuff.
Okay,
so we don't use most of the transactions here. We will not have even to the French Launchpad designer T codes also. They are only given to the Fiori consultants.
Got it. Thank you.
And Sridhar, to launch that, there is also some standard role you have to give, right? Prerequisite role. It's not just catalog and group we assign some standard role to launch the Fiori Launchpad, right?
Yes. So I have shown you the role name, right? The role is UI2, which is containing the word UI2.
Okay.
So let me see that role once again. UI2 user actually. So these are the T codes. So Fiori Launchpad. So this is a transaction UI2 underscore FLP. So this access would be given to all users to launch it.
Okay. Thanks.
So this is like a common T code given to every user, other than the catalogs and the groups.
Okay, Sridhar. And one more question, like you mentioned all this T code. So is there any table which will show the what are the tiles available in a catalog?
Tiles available in a catalog. Okay, I'm not sure about the tables. So you need to download from that particular library only.
No,
so
custom.
I've shown you the library, right? The SAP library, Fiori library.
And actually, I'm asking about custom, like from customization page, we can create a custom catalog. Inside that, we can add some standard catalog, some standard tiles, some custom tiles.
Okay.
So in our system, Fiori system, I need to know which catalog contains which tiles without going to the customization page.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, sorry, I'm not sure about that. Whether is there any table, will it store into a table information or not? I need to check it.
Okay. I searched for my end, I couldn't find any, so I thought it's available. You are aware.
Yeah.
Yes, how to check the log? For example, user executed some transaction code, he facing issue. So how he is executed?
What you want to troubleshoot actually?
For example, we are given VA01 to the user, but the user not able to create. So he is in front end. So again, we need to go with the SU53 or how to troubleshoot.
No. From Fiori point of view, they cannot apply SU53. But what you can do is you can apply the trace for the user in the backend system. So when you apply the trace for the user in the backend, the respective authorization objects get captured So based on that, you can identify it.
Direct in front end, we can.
No, front end, it will not hit anything. Front end only, it checks for Fiori Launchpad access, that's it. And whether user has a tile access, he has tile access. But when he clicks on tile, he is unable to see the data or some error is coming, means it is not hitting the backend. So there should be some problem in the backend.
Okay.
So you can apply that. If it is data point of view, you can apply the trace in the backend. If it is tile point of view, you can apply the trace in the front end also.
Okay.
Sridhar, here I would like to add one thing. We can make the SU53 available in the front end as well. Means the developer, if we ask the developer, they can create the tile with the SU53. So it will work.
Yeah, fine. Generally, that can be done. Anything can be done from the customization point of view.
Yeah.
No, generally I'm asking SU53. Generally, we don't use for the tiles thing, right? So we cannot track it.
Means sometimes it will fetch the services which are, I mean, the OData services. All these things will come into the SU53 as well. I mean, when we are working
Yes,
with these.
Yeah, but you won't get the catalog information there.
Yeah, we won't get the catalog information.
Yes, that's what I was expecting. So from SU53, it will not help you from catalog and group point of view, but yes, sir, OData services can be fetched from there. Which way OData service is missing?
Yes, that's
okay. So that's it. So we'll have some other session one fine day, another day, with the troubleshooting concepts and with the system. I'll come up with the neat system and examples, so we can see more about it, practical sessions about it.
Okay, thank you, Sridhar. Thank you so much.
Okay, so any more questions?
Thank you, Sridhar.
Okay, thanks everyone for joining. So I'll be posting few more sessions, so we will see further more updates about this. Thanks everyone.
Thank you so much.
yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Sridhar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.